Hi group, sorry I'm gone today. You are going to begin your weaving today. So everyone will need to get a loom, and you are going to start with 1 inch of color. So this one has 1 inch of black. So to do that, you're going to wrap the string on a shuttle, and that will give you enough for 1 inch. I'm going to start with just having about 1 inch overlap, and then I'm going to wrap this 10 or 12 times. And I like to pull the yarn a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll work. Then when you cut this off at the box, you don't want to cut it right at the box because the string will fall in. So make sure you leave a good tail. Now I'm going to start weaving. And anytime we're weaving, we want the tail to be in the middle, not hanging off the side, because it will leave lots of fuzzies. So I would suggest to start to just go right in the middle somewhere, and it's just a simple under, over, and I like to push the string down as I weave. I find the shuttle goes through a little easier. Then I'm going to go all the way to the end, and I'm just going to tuck the tail to the back. So now I look, this black string is under the white string, so when I head back this way, I'm going to go over. As long as you've hit every single string, you should be able to just look at the very last string and decide what you need to do next. It gets a little tricky in the middle. There we go. And then when I pull this, I don't want to pull tight, so I'm going to leave a little bubble, and then I just push this up. If you pull tight, then the strings start to pinch together. So now I look, okay, on this side, the black string is over the white, so I'm going to have to start with under. I'm just kind of gently pushing the string down as the shuttle passes by. Here we go. And here's the next little bubble, and then I push it down. So now I am weaving all of the shuttle through. I've got this on time lapse, so it'll go a little bit quicker. And now I'm at a tricky part because I have just a little bit of string left on my shuttle. So you could do a couple things. You could get a needle and just tie it onto a needle for the last little bit. Or you could, like I'm doing, just try to push this through with that little piece of string on it. And then we want this to end in the middle, so I'm not going to just cut this off on the side. So I need to weave this back through at least to the middle so that the end is finishing off in the middle. So I could even just stop there if I decide that's all the black I want. Push this to the back. And then with my next string, I could have it start right here and tie this string to that string, and then perhaps make a block. So if you look on this side, that is what they did. They did purple and orange, and then they have an orange stripe after that. So I'm going to talk about how to connect these strings. If I put the two together, and then I make a loop, and I tuck the ends through, that's called an overhand knot. And wherever this knot is, I'm going to make it kind of close because I want my block to start pretty soon after this. So now on this side, if I have my knot at the end, when I start weaving, it's going to stay black for quite a while longer. So wherever this knot is, the string's going to turn to orange. So to put the other end on a needle, I will put this through the needle, and then I'm going to make a loop and tuck the end through. There's a picture on the wall of this up by the whiteboard. So I make a loop, and then I tuck the end through 2 times. All right, so now on this side, I think I would like, the orange block was on the left here, and I think I'm gonna have it on the right up here. So to make a block, if you figure out where the middle of your weaving is, then I can just take this and I'm just going to weave across, and I'm looking down where the block was before. So with the needle, I'm just going to weave across half of it. Pull that a little tighter to get rid of the loop there on the side. And the trick with the block is that and there's my knot. So I want that to stay to the back. with the block is that you don't want to pull too hard when you are weaving across. Otherwise, you'll end up with a big gap in the middle if your strings get pulled tight together. So same thing, I'm going to leave a little bubble and then just push the string up. And there's this. Leave a little bubble, push the string up. So I just keep going back and forth until I decide that this is the size block that I would like. So this worked out really good. I had just enough string for this to end in the middle, and remember we want all of our ends to be in the middle. I'm just going to tuck it to the back, and then the other block is going to be purple. So I again will tie my string on here. I make a loop and I tuck the end through, and then I make a loop and I tuck the end through. Okay, so to start this, I'm going to separate these out so I can see where each string is, because you are going to be having your two blocks come together. And if you look close, it goes orange, purple, orange, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple. So they share the string and they alternate. So as I'm weaving this, I'm going to start by catching that string right in the middle, in between the two orange loops. And I'm looking at what did I do before. So before that was an under, so now it's going to be an over, so I'm doing the opposite pattern of the black thread before, and we want this purple to end in the middle. So once I get there, I'm just going to tuck this end to the back. So I could tie that to this other knot that I have back there if I wanted. Okay, so then I look, the purple is under the white, so I will start back going over. And then as I come close to these loops, I had that one go in between those loops. So this one will go in between these two loops. So I go over, and they're going to share a string in the middle. And then I have to catch this and head back over to the other side. And then I can push that loop up. Perfect. This is under, so now I'm going to catch this and go to the other side. And I keep doing that until I have put a purple string in between each of my orange strings, and that is called a block.